But now let's talk about something completely different, something that some may find unexpected. How blockchain can help you hire and can really help you get hired. And as I get the clicker, let me start explaining how this works by telling you a story. So, get it the right way. There we go. So, picture this. You've worked extremely hard these past 4 years, and finally you've got your university degree. Congratulations. Now you want to take that next big step in your career and apply for your dream job at a consultancy firm in New York. You go through a grueling selection process, assessments, online interviews, on-site days, essays, the lot, and after all of that hard toiling, you finally get your job offer. And that job offer is conditional on you being able to prove that you're a university graduate, and you have 1 week to do this. So you say, great, my dream is nearly a reality. All I have to do is prove that I'm a genuine graduate. Easy. So the next day, you go down to your student office. You say, hey, I have this amazing job offer. Can you give me my original degree diploma so then I can send it over to New York and prove who I am? And the guy at the student office says, sure, I can do this for you. However, the student office is very busy these days, so there may be a delay in processing your application. For this reason, there are only 2 days left before the deadline. You get this piece of paper, and you have to send it via a super expensive UPS delivery all the way to New York. And sadly, New York is infamous for snowstorms, and this UPS delivery gets heavily tampered with in transit. It arrives on the desk of the HR manager at the consultancy firm, opens the package, sees the heavily damaged certificate, writes you an email and says, I'm so sorry, mate, I cannot trust that this diploma is genuine. I cannot trust that this is just so damaged, and I cannot trust that you say who you are who you say who you are. For this reason, your dream is over, and I cannot give you that job. Damn it. After all of that hard work, your dream really amounts to absolutely nothing. But what if there'd been a better way to achieve this? What if the HR manager in New York had been able to instantly verify the authenticity of your university degree with no human interaction at all? Or even better, what if any employer around the world had instant access to all of their job candidates' qualifications, their true qualifications, with just a smartphone and an internet connection? Well, that way is the Gradbase way. Gradbase has created one of the first blockchain-powered digital credentialing platforms to allow you, the present and the future of the workforce, to instantly share your true qualification details with any prospective employer at any time. And if you are one of those employers who's really tired of slow manual verification processes, then Gradbase is the solution for you with completely frictionless verifications that anyone can trust. And the magic behind this lies in this guy, the grad code. The grad code is a smart, highly portable QR code that when scanned will redirect to the exact qualification details as they were issued by the genuine claims issuer. So if we wanted to rewrite the story with the grad code, we would see that the HR manager in New York, who will have received the CV in advance, would have seen such a grad code, would have scanned it, and would have immediately found out that that degree was 100% genuine and issued by your university. So therefore, instead of a conditional offer, the offer would have been unconditional, and you would have started your job at the consultancy firm within just a couple of weeks. Which story do you prefer? So let's see then how, armed with this grad code, you can really stand out from the crowd when looking for your next job. You can put the grad code on the CV to make it really shine, as I've just said, and be a lot more competitive. You can embed it on your LinkedIn profile by just providing the Gradbase link to your true qualification. It'll automatically embed the grad code in the media section of your LinkedIn profile. Or even better, you can aggregate all of your Gradbase issued qualifications in an online portfolio on our website. And this is a lie-free profile where you can aggregate all of your personal qualifications that have been issued via our website. And this is easily then searchable and retrievable by any prospective employer. So armed with these, that gives you a formidable arsenal against one of the biggest problems facing the HR world today, and that problem is credential fraud. Based on what survey you look at, up to 58% of UK job applicants deliberately embellish or lie about their qualifications just to get ahead in the game. There are over 300 degree mills that are fake yet legitimate sounding institutions whose sole line of business is to sell fake diplomas to the highest bidder. Sadly, these are just the tips of the iceberg, a huge iceberg of just academic fraud, which worldwide is estimated to be $1 billion market, with more fake PhDs issued in the US than real PhDs in any given year. So just these 3 pointers paint a very clear picture of how severe and widespread the problem of credential fraud actually is. And such a severe problem calls for a robust solution. And that robust solution lies in public blockchain technology. Let's see how public blockchain technology can really provide those advantages that can help solve credential fraud in an effective way. So first of all transactions and data on a public blockchain are transparent. So that means that puts the onus on the true credential issuers to only put data that is provenly true and correct. Second of all data on public blockchains or any blockchain infrastructure at all is immutable. So once the data is on there, no fraudster, no bad actor can tamper with that data. And this is a huge improvement, for example, on a centralized database that could grant edit access to whoever, who may be an insider who may threaten the integrity of that database. Thirdly, the data can be retrieved instantaneously with very efficient traversal algorithms on any blockchain, making the seamless experience of scanning a grad code truly seamless. And finally, the distributed nature of the blockchain makes the data highly resilient and highly available even in the event of partial outages. So your degree data, which is lies in encrypted form on blockchain, will always be available on some computer somewhere. So there was a very good slide from the Pillar project about just how many computers are running the Ethereum network just in Europe and in North America. So it just takes one computer to be active and having your degree data that is truly available 24/7, 365 days a year. So when, for example, a registry office or a background checking company is closed, the blockchain is always open for business. So we've seen then that as a recent graduate, you are then able to instantly prove the authenticity of your degree to a prospective employer. How do you scale this then to your whole qualification history? With Gradbase, this is really easy because you are able to issue any work experience qualifications or any award-based qualifications, such as, for example, language certificates or any kind of professional certificate. So the CV then would look something more like this, where every single qualification is accompanied by the grad code. And this makes it really, really a lot more competitive, especially in a scenario where a typical HR manager only spends roughly 30 seconds on each CV before making a decision on whether to progress that candidate forward. And in those 30 seconds with a grad code fueled CV, they can do a full background check, which usually would take about 4 or 5 weeks. And this is really unprecedented. So we've seen then, as a recent graduate or a more experienced professional, how Gradbase can really provide value to you. But what if you're a qualification issuer in the room today? How can Gradbase deliver value to you? So today it's very hard to put the final say on the authenticity of the qualifications you issue. After all, your registry department, your HR departments are extremely busy with administrative tasks and simply cannot keep up with the floods of manual verification requests coming from employers directly or from background checking companies. So for this reason, some employers may cut corners and really trust your qualification, take it at face value, which is a reputational time bomb. But with the grad code, a simple scan will automate the process of your registrar. So there's absolutely no more manual involvement in verifying qualifications anymore. But there's a more subtle way that Gradbase can help you as an issuer. So let's slightly tweak the story. And let's say that instead of going to New York to a consultancy firm, our great graduate goes to Bangladesh to look for a job. And the Bengali employer maybe doesn't even know who to contact to verify that qualification. He probably doesn't even speak English. How on earth is he going to verify that qualification easily? He could go to a Bangladeshi background checking company and wait another 5 weeks. He could take the qualification at face value, but otherwise, if he scans the grad code, he will have the same seamless experience as any other employer in the UK, in the US, or anywhere around the world. So the truly seamless experience without speaking a word of English or without knowing anyone who to contact can happen truly in the same way worldwide. And that makes obviously the graduate workforce of your institution a lot more globally mobile and employable. So let's have a look at the technology in a little bit more detail, and let's see behind the scenes what happens when a grad code is scanned. And by the way, if you have a CV, if you've been handed a CV, then please feel free to try this out for yourselves. So once a grad code is scanned, the URL that's contained within that grad code contains the packaged information corresponding to the qualification data. This is then unpacked into a blob of data which represents the full details of your qualification. A hash is then computed, so a cryptographic hash is then computed of that information and is looked up on public blockchains. So in this case, it will be the Bitcoin blockchain, but soon it will also be the Ethereum blockchain. But crucially, it will only be searched in the type of data, in the transactions that have been cryptographically signed with the private key of the genuine claim issuer. So if you were here for David's talk, you'll know that a wallet contains a private key that is used to cryptographically sign transactions. So each claim issuer receives one of these private keys, which then guides the search for that qualification data. If the qualification data exists and the hash matches, then the diploma is 100% true. Otherwise, there's no guarantee that that data has been issued by the claims issuer, and therefore the verification will fail. It's as simple and powerful as that. And it's this simplicity and power that has gained us our initial partners throughout the UK, Europe and the Middle East. So we're extremely proud to have taken part in the first public pilot of academic qualifications being verified on the blockchain. This was thanks to our partnership with the UCL Center for Blockchain Technologies, which is just down the road. And they've been helping us issue MSCs in financial risk management, and they are now verifiable out there. We're also part of a multi-million government project, the Institute of Coding, which the technical branch of which aims to create a UK-wide open standard to issue and verify academic qualifications on blockchain, and we're very proud to be part of the technical team that's implementing this right now. So soon, professional qualifications will be verifiable on the platform, thanks to our partnership with the CPD Standards Office, which is the UK's largest independent continuous professional development accreditation provider, with over 800 partners throughout the UK. Then in Italy, we worked with Talent Garden, which you may have seen has been in big news with their fundraise recently, and they operate a branch called the Talent Garden Innovation School, and all of the qualifications that have come out of the Milan branch of that innovation school have been issued on the blockchain with Gradbase, representing the first such public pilot in Italy of qualifications on being verifiable on the blockchain. And finally, we are now working, we've just started working in the United Arab Emirates, where we plan to disseminate the technology in K-12 schools, whereby the passage from K-12 to universities absolutely requires the verification of high school qualification. So there's a real powerful use case for Gradbase in that environment. So if I hope this talk has kind of caught your excitement and attention. If you want to have your qualification uploaded onto the blockchain in the future, then we will collect your data, never share it with anyone except with your university, and then hopefully then we can start having a conversation about them issuing their own qualifications on the blockchain. So if you want to help be part of this, then these are the instructions that you need to follow to then register your interest to have your qualification issued and verifiable on blockchain. So please head to this link, fill in the form with your degree details, and then we will forward them to your university registrar as soon as possible. And if you have any further questions about this process, I'll be around for most of the conference. So thank you very much for listening. I think I can take a couple of questions before handing over to the next speaker. So yeah, ask away. Yes?
Are there any safeguards against a college registrar being, say, bribed by a student to wrongly enter a degree that he or she didn't get? Or does your system ultimately, at that point of the process, still rely upon honesty and...
So, the way we kind of onboard issuers is obviously we go through some KYC, some kind of human-powered KYC before giving them a private key. That said, obviously we do still have to rely on on the integrity of the university registry. We just facilitate the process of issuing the degrees, the qualification, and then taking away the burden of manually verifying those. That said, if there is an episode where a degree has been issued kind of by mistake or with with the wrong information, or as you say, a case of bribery, then there is an easy way to revoke these qualifications. Then we could also intervene on our end to put an end to this. So it is heavily, obviously, human focused. Okay, well, thank you for listening.